right, we are live. Hello, everyone. This is Jamie Keech from Resource Insider. This is a bit of an impromptu video session. I swung by Eclipse Gold's offices today to talk to the CEO, the one and only Mike Allen, sitting here beside me, to get an update on the drill results that they released just yesterday. And these are Eclipse's first drill results from the project. And we were having a pretty interesting conversation. So I figured, why not invite some other people to join, and why should I have all the fun? So we're going to do a bit of a quick video interview here. We're just doing it off my laptop, so the sound quality will probably be bad. You can see that I look like a degenerate, even though Mike looks fantastic as usual. So please forgive us, but I think these are things that investors are really going to want to hear. At Resource Insider, we actually invested in Eclipse Gold late last year. We've made almost a triple on this stock. It's been one of a great performing stock in our portfolio, and I followed it very closely. Our members follow it very, very closely, and we put a lot of thought into it. But I think that the wider market needs to be thinking about this and looking at this. And the goal today is to really interpret the results from this, because it's not intuitive if you don't have a background in mining or geology. And I think, something Mike has always done very well in our conversations is put things into perspective. So that's the goal today. Feel free to reach out to me or to Eclipse afterwards, but I think we'll do a pretty good job at addressing what a lot of people are thinking about. So Mike, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your day. I know you got a lot going on.
No worries.
So Eclipse Gold Mining drills shallow oxide gold, including 89.92 meters at 0.81 grams equivalent at the Hercules Gold Project.
Correct.
That's the headline.
Yep.
These are your first drill results that you guys have released to date.
Yep.
You've been working for a while to put this project together and to get those drill results out and to get the work done, and having COVID-19 hit the world in the middle of that didn't help things.
No, I mean, there's a lot of advantages. I mean, for this company, as you say, COVID-19 is a big issue on a global scale right now. But we're in Nevada. Mining is a essential business in Nevada, so we stutter stepped for about a week, which delayed us getting results out to the public. But obviously, they were well worth the wait with those intercepts there.
Well, I think that is the first question, and it's a question that I have gotten a lot of emails on. And the question is, are these good?
Well, in my opinion, yes, they are. And I mean, that the headline poll and actually all the results are very significant. 89.92 meters of 0.81 grams per ton AuEq. That's a big hit. That's about a 30-story building of mineralization. I mean,
Yeah.
You're dealing with something that's quite significant, good grades. And then one of the other interesting things is context of the results, and what is high grade is actually project specific. And there's a lot of factors that blend into that, location, processing, and those sorts of things. And being it's Nevada, Nevada is known for open pit heap leach mining, and so they're very efficient at it. The American worker and the equipment that we have nowadays can move rock very quickly.
Okay.
And the another factor is just the location of it. We're not having to do a remote project if you're up in the Arctic or something like that, where you really need truly multi-gram material to be able to drive the economics. And then also because it's oxide, it's a low capex, so it really moves the bar lower for what is high grade.
I think that that was the thing that sort of jumped out to me at this, and the thing I wanted to discuss the most is the mining market, particularly the retail market, loves seeing these sexy holes, 100 meters at 9 grams per ton. But to put that into context, if they're in the middle of some godforsaken jungle in the Amazon or up in Nunavut in the Arctic, that the value of that is a very different proposition. Right?
Absolutely.
So let's just get back to basics and what is good for Nevada? What do you need to have a successful, profitable mine that a major company would want to own?
I think that in today's day and age, there's two classic examples that you can point to. One is Round Mountain, which is also an epithermal similar to
Mm-hmm.
the Hercules within the Walker Lane. It's a few hours south of us, and they're mining and making money at about 0.3, 0.4 grams per ton. The other is Marigold, which is a silver standards acid in Nevada. Same sort of grade, so you can really make money there at those sorts of numbers.
Okay. And I guess the question that I want to understand is what happens after this, right? So you've had some good results. I mean, this is just one drill hole program, and you've got some highlights here. And I mean, the one that stands out to me most notably, actually, is the fact that it starts from surface, right? So you've got this hole. It's almost 75 meters at 0.6 grams per ton equivalent, so well above that 0.3 that you were mentioning earlier. So what is the equivalent, and I realize I just skipped the last question I had asked, but I'm going to get back to that. Why is it important that it starts from surface?
It drives the economics. You don't have to put up a lot of capital to access your ore. So some mines or operations projects that you'll see a 2-year stripping endeavor
Right.
to actually get the ore out, and that negatively impacts the economics of a project. You're having to spend and spend and spend and spend.
So to put that into perspective, a stripping operation is basically removing rock or soil from the top to get down to where the ore is. So you're basically hauling and blasting sometimes vacant rock that's extremely expensive and adds no value. So you don't have to do that.
It doesn't look like we're going to have that.
You potentially won't have to do that based on what we know so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so is this a common occurrence in Nevada for a successful mine, having this sort of higher grade or at least easy access ore from surface that allows something to like get off the ground, get moving, start making money, pay for the rest of the development?
I think it's a key factor in a successful development.
Yeah.
Getting that payback quickly is a strong driver of the economics of a project, and ultimately that's what is attractive in the mine. This is a business, so we have to get money out for our investors as quickly as possible.
And presumably this makes this more appealing as a takeout target.
Yeah, there's that part too.
Yeah. All right. So this is, I liked this press release a lot, but I think we need context here. The Hercules mineralizing system appears to strengthen towards the south. Why does anybody care about that?
Well, two things onto our property. That's a key part of the whole equation. And we've got an 85 square kilometer land package. This part of the drilling that we've done has been mostly located in the north. And what attracted us to that part of the property is that you can physically put your boots on the ground. You've been there.
Yep.
And you can see it. And it's a big area that is mineralized and altered. What this data is telling us is behind us where we haven't really looked before, there is potential for even more targets to be found and more grade, more tons. And when we actually have had the time to compile the data, there's actually additional drill holes. It's about 2 kilometers south of the 89 meter hole, where we get another significant intercept. It's about 38 meters at 0.6 grams per ton AU, not AUEQ. And so that's
just the gold, not the gold and silver.
Correct.
Yeah.
There was no silver assays in those holes, so we don't know what that is.
Okay. Yeah.
So we have at the Hercules the system exposed at surface for a length of about 2.5 kilometers, and it disappears under cover, and then it reappears in the south. And that cover, if we take the whole system now as one end to the other of the drilling, it's about 4.5 kilometers by about 1.5 kilometers wide. So you start putting together, a back of the envelope tonnage estimate, and it gets really big really quickly. So
obviously the hope is that continues consistently under the cover.
Yeah.
When are you going to know?
We're going to be doing some geophysics here in the next little while. We've got the contractors. We're working on the contract right now. Get people mobilized. We'll get some geophysics done. We'll use the geophysics for two things: for exploring to the south, and then vectoring in on the best spots to drill in the north.
So, okay, we know we have oxide gold here. We know that it starts from surface, at least in one drill hole. We know it continues towards the south, and we know this is sort of consistent with the kind of mines that we see in that part of the world.
Correct.
So, what has to happen before you go and sell this for $1 billion? Or, when what I mean, I'm being facetious, but like, what actually does have to happen over the coming year or potential years to build up the value here, so that so that you can understand what's there and really prove out an asset that someone would want to own, that a major mining company would want to own.
I think that you use some really good words there. Understand what's there.
Yeah.
And so this program, I would say, Marcel de Groot and I we're talking about this, increased our knowledge of the project in order of magnitude. And so it's given us a lot of things to think about. The concept that it's open further to the south, that it's a complete intact system. Those are things that just sort of came out in the last week or two of compiling the data. So it really gives us a lot of excitement around the office and in the field to go out there and take a look for it. If it's all there and it's that sort of size, we're going to be very attractive for that takeout, as you've asked about.
So what's next? So what can I'm long Eclipse. I own the stock. I intend to for foreseeable future.
Yeah.
If people don't own this share in Eclipse yet, if they are hearing about this for the first time, what do they have to look forward to over the coming few months, and what's next?
Well, one of the key advantages of this project is its ability to drive news flow. And that's as simple as it's in Nevada. It's easy to get to, but it also comes with a plan of operations permit. So if the board makes the decision, like we're comfortable with our next phase of exploration, and then we can go into intense delineation drilling.
Yeah,
we don't have to wait for a big permitting exercise to get that done. So we're actually in a process that we could really start delineating and defining ounces that would ultimately give an acquirer code the comfort that they have the knowledge for them to be able to make a decision to get in. So in terms of what an investor is looking for, I think that continued push and able to execute year-round and generate news flow for this project is there.
Is there another drill program planned or coming up soon?
There is another drill program coming up soon. We're in the planning stage. As I said, we've got the geophysics going. That will be used to pick the targets for another drill campaign.
All right. Anything else I missed that you think people should know about?
Trading symbol is EGLD on the TSXV, and we also have an OTC listing. I believe it's on the news release there.
It is not on the front page. Oh, yeah, it is.
It is.
All right, my apologies. The OTC listing is EGLPF. All right, thank you very much, Mike. And people can find out more at eclipsegoldmining.com and contact you guys there if they have any questions.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone.